When Bhagwan Ram was in jungle along with Sita Mata and Lakshman for 14 years, then one day Ravan abducted Sita Mata. Now at that time Bhagwan Ram had two options. One is to just sit there, ask Lakshman to go and check why it happened and what needs to be done. But he did the second option. He actually tried to explore that why it happened, who abducted Sita, and then he found out it was Ravan. He also tried to understand that how much powerful is Ravan, and then based on that he prepared his army with the help of Sugriv and Hanuman, and then he attacked Lanka, and then he got Sita Mata back. This is a classic example of 3G: Genba, Genbutsu, and Genjitsu. Primarily, the intent is that whenever there is any problem, there are two ways. One is just to sit in our office, think that what could be the possible reason based on our past experience, think about some possible root cause, correction, corrective action, and then go ahead with that. The second thing is go to the actual spot, see what is happening there, and take some action based on some data. When we talk about Toyota Production System (TPS), primarily it has two main pillars. The first one is talking about Zidoka, which is talking about automation with a human touch, and the second one is just in time. To effectively implement these two pillars, there are many concepts and many systems. One of them is 3G, just talking about Genba, Genbutsu, and Genjitsu. And the main intent is that what we can do in a realistic way, in a practical way, so that whatever action we are taking, it can give the result. So, for example, there is a regular breakdown in the machine and it is resulting in a lot of rejection. One way, as I said earlier, is go to the data, take some action, and assume that problem will be solved. Sometimes it happens, it gets solved, but majority of the cases it does not happen. Second option is go to the actual spot, see the machine. So that is first G. The second G is try to understand that what kind of problem is happening, what kind of defects are happening, what kind of machine is that. That is second G. And the third G is try to see the breakdown data for the last 1 year. Try to see the preventive maintenance records and what is happening there. What is the predictive maintenance records and what are the different systems that are coming there. What are the critical spare part lists. Maybe there's any machine manual which has come with the machine. Try to understand that whether the people who are working on the machine, they are competent or not. What kind of rejections are coming, when the rejection is coming, is it on shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and there are so many things that we can analyze, and based on that, whatever action that we are going to take, that is going to take, that is going to give us the realistic action plan, and there is a very high possibility that it is going to sustain for a long time. If I share another example, a real life example, so this example is of a soap manufacturing company. Many years back, they had a problem that when the soap was going to the market, the cover was there, but inside the soap was not there. They tried very hard to understand that why it is happening, but they were not able to find the solution. They thought of installing some X-ray machines, some weighing balance, and some other techniques which may be very expensive. But still, they were not very sure that whether it is going to work. Then they thought about this principle of 3G, which is actually a common sense. They actually went to the place where the packing is happening. So that is first G. Then they also try to analyze why this problem is coming. That is step 2. Then they also saw that there is a difference between the conveyor speed and from where the soap is coming. What can be the possible reason and what can be done with respect to that. Then they did the third point. They involve the people, which is called TEI, total employee involvement. They try to understand that why this problem is coming. And they said that the easiest way to deal with the problem is to put a high pressure fan. And in case, the cover is empty, automatically it will just blown off. So very simple solution, easy solution and very economical solution rather than thinking about something very complex just because of the power of 3G. And certainly, when the organizations are effectively implementing 3G, Genba, Genbutsu, and Genjitsu, there is a high possibility that in the organization, the concept of root cause analysis will increase. The process of sustainable development and making sure that whatever actions are taken, they are effectively implemented will increase. The concept of 8D, when we talk about how we can systematically analyze any problem, that concept will become more strengthened. Now, talk about some of the industry problems. The first problem which generally is seen is that whenever there's any customer complaint coming, what generally happens? Generally, maybe an engineer or someone sitting on the computer, just takes out the 8D sheet, fills out certain things based on the past experience, and then send it to the customer, assuming that thing will be solved. And we all know what happens. Secondly, many times it happens that because of the time pressure, because of there's a concept called conformity bias, which means that we assume certain things. We think that it may have happened because of that, and we just try to see from that perspective. We take some action, and many a time it happens that it does not give the desired result. So if I do a summary, I talked about 3G: Genba, Genbutsu, and Genjitsu. It's primarily a total production system tool. The idea is that how we can take the realistic action, and based on that, whatever actions we are going to take, there is a high possibility that we can get the desired result. Well, regularly I am making a lot of videos with respect to the different concepts, and I'm getting all the feedback from your side, and based on that I'm making that. So hope that you will continue to share your feedback in coming times too. In case you want to understand a little bit more about this particular video, you'll find a link below. If you click that, you'll find a blog there. There you find more information with respect to this video. And in case you're liking these kind of blogs and videos, you can always share with your friends and colleagues. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website, bhavyamangla.com. I've got another channel that is called Life Lessons with Bhavya Mangla. In case you want to know a little bit more about life and the podcast, you can always go through that and you can subscribe to that channel too. Thank you.